Good morning, friends. Today we're going to be looking at some visual models of multiplying fractions, okay? So we're going to start with the scenario where this lady is selling brownies and they're $12 a pan or per pan. And she is going to sell to this guy. He only wants a third of a pan of brownies. So you're going to need your lab sheet 2.1. And let's just draw a third of the pan of brownies being gone, because that's how much he bought. Also keep in mind, each pan of brownies is $12. So instead of coloring, I'm just kind of drawing in lines to show you that these are still here. Okay, so 2/3 of the pan of brownies is there. But then this other gentleman decides to roll up and he wants, let me move my face over here. He wants not the rest of the brownies, because that's 2/3 of a pan, and he doesn't want to be a big fat fatty, right? So instead of taking the rest of the 2/3, he only wants 1/3 of the 2/3. This guy that's looking all fly in his green shirt and giant noggin, he wants 1/3 of 2/3. So let's look over here. We have the 2/3, so let's write that out. 1/3 of 2/3. Now, it's a pretty good idea to use two different colors, but if you can't find two different colors, you can just draw the lines in different directions like that. So go ahead, talk to a neighbor. How are you going to find, if you have to draw this, 1/3 of 2/3? Give you a few seconds to talk to a neighbor. All right, so hopefully what you found was, I'm gonna delete this box, it's driving me nuts. Hopefully what you talked about was you're gonna divide this whole tray that's left here into thirds. So there's a third, there's a third, and there's a third. And I'm gonna color in 1/3 of 2/3. Now, how much is that of the tray? Look at the pieces there. How much of the tray is still there? If the whole tray was there, how much would this be? Well, the first way that we can solve this problem is by writing a number sentence. And we kind of have it here, 1/3 of 2/3, but we don't have the complete sentence because we don't have the equals and the answer. And also instead of, what will I need to write? If you see 1/3 of something, what does that mean? What operation? It's multiplication. Okay, so 1/3 of 2/3, I'm just going to multiply. So 1 times 2 is 2. 2 times 3, 3 times 3 is 9. And what do I have here? I have 2/9 as my answer. This is your number sentence. Now, if these weren't gone, how many total pieces would there be? There would be 9. And how many are there that he just bought? 2 out of the 9. So guys, this is just another way that you can solve multiplication of fraction problems, okay? Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one. Mr. Williams, you know Mr. Williams, he wants to buy some brownies, but when he gets there, the tray is only 2/3 full. Okay, so go ahead and draw 2/3 full of your tray of brownies here. You can color it in or just use lines. Sometimes it's a little easier to use lines. Okay, now Mr. Williams says, look, I only want half of the 2/3. Half of the 2/3. How will you draw half of the 2/3? Well, I just have to divide it in half. And notice I'm using a different color marker. I'm doing half of 2/3. And then I'm going to write a number sentence that goes with this problem. 1/2 of 2/3 equals 2/6. And what is 2/6 equal to? 1/3. Okay, here's my number sentence. Now, is that what's here? Is 1/3 of the tray of brownies there? Yeah, 1/3 of the tray is there because this piece over here is missing and he only wants half of the 2/3. So this actually makes sense, right? All right, great. Now the next part says, Serena goes to buy brownies and only half of the tray is there. Okay, so let's draw that. Half of the tray is there. It's a very wobbly line. Maybe this is better. She went to buy brownies, half the tray is there. But she decides she does not want the whole half of the tray. What she wants is 3/4 of this half. 3/4 of this half. How will you find 3/4 of this half? Go ahead and talk to a neighbor. How will you find 3/4 of this half? Remember, 2 different color pens really helps you here. Okay, so 3/4 of this half means that I'm going to have to divide it into 4 pieces. Oops. That is very yucky looking. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4. And she only wants half. No, I'm sorry. She wants 3/4. So now we're going to color in 3 out of the 4 squares we have here. All right, go ahead and write your number sentence for that. Your number sentence should be 3/4 times 1/2 equals 3/8. Good job, guys. Okay, so now on your own, you can go to the next lab page if you need more space. We're going to do the bottom. I'm sorry, I don't know if that's still recording. We're going to do the bottom of page 31. There are 4 problems, which I will post here, and then you're going to practice them on your lab sheet, okay?